Hey everyone, welcome back. Ready to dive deep into a program that promises to ignite your passion and skyrocket you toward your goals.
Absolutely. And we're tackling Ignite Your Passion, 28 days to leverage up your zone of genius, empower, and build your legacy by Mamie Jean Lamley and Dr. Eric Goodman.
This program really caught my eye, and I'm so glad we're diving into it together today. What were your initial thoughts?
You know, what struck me right away is how it flips the script on traditional goal-setting programs.
Right. It's like they hit pause before the starting line. Instead of jumping into action plans and to-do lists, day one is all about you.
Yeah, it's all about understanding your why. They dive deep into your core values and motivations before anything else.
And honestly, that resonated with me. It's so easy to get caught up in the what and the how of our goals that we forget the why, the driving force behind it all.
Exactly. And there's actually some fascinating neuroscience behind that. See, when you connect with your why, your brain lights up like a Christmas tree.
Okay, tell me more. I always love a good brain science moment.
Well, when you tap into that deep-seated purpose, your brain releases dopamine and oxytocin. Dopamine is all about motivation and reward, so it's like your brain is giving you a big thumbs up saying, yes, this is important, let's go for it.
I love that. So it's like our brain gets on board with the mission when it understands the why behind it.
Precisely. And oxytocin, that's the bonding hormone. It strengthens your commitment to your goals, making you more likely to stick with it even when things get tough.
Wow, so understanding your why isn't just some feel-good exercise. It's like setting yourself up for success on a neurological level.
Oh.
Powerful stuff.
Absolutely. And another thing this program nails is the emphasis on personality. They use this really cool assessment called the BANK Personality Type Indicator.
Okay, I've seen a few personality tests in my day. What makes this one different?
Well, instead of just giving you a broad personality type, BANK breaks it down into 4 domains: blueprint, action, nurture, and knowledge.
So it's like a more nuanced understanding of how you operate in the world, right?
Exactly. It helps you identify your strengths, your challenges, and how you can leverage your natural tendencies to achieve your goals. And it emphasizes working with your personality, not against it.
I love that approach. It's like having a user manual for your own brain. But it's not all about analyzing ourselves, right? There's this intriguing concept they introduce early on about rewriting your narrative. What's that all about? Rewriting your narrative, it sounds pretty powerful. What's the gist?
It's about challenging those limiting beliefs we often have about ourselves. You know, those stories we tell ourselves that hold us back from going after what we really want.
Okay, so like instead of saying I'm too shy, you'd say?
You got it. They actually use that exact example in the book. Instead of saying, I'm too shy, they encourage you to reframe it as, I value authentic expression.
I see. So it's about shifting your perspective to focus on your strengths and values, even in areas where you might feel a bit unsure.
Exactly. It's about recognizing that you have the power to choose how you show up in the world. But at a certain point, we've got to transition from self-discovery to actually making things happen, right?
Absolutely. So how does Ignite Your Passion bridge that gap?
Well, that's where week 2 comes in. It seamlessly guides you into the action planning phase.
Okay, and they do that using the SWOT analysis, right? Strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. It's a classic for a reason.
It really is. But what's cool is how this program puts a unique spin on it. They encourage you to approach the SWOT analysis from the perspective of your future self.
Interesting. So instead of just looking at where you are now, you're looking at...
Exactly. You're looking at where you want to be. It's about asking yourself powerful questions like, what strengths will I need to develop to become the person who achieves this goal? Or what opportunities will present themselves along the way? It shifts your perspective from the present to the future you're creating.
I love that. It's like they're saying, don't just look at the map, get excited about the destination. And speaking of getting a clear view, they introduced the Wheel of Life exercise, which I found super insightful. Have you ever used that before?
Oh yeah, definitely. It's a great tool for assessing balance in different areas of your life. And this program uses it to help you pinpoint where you're thriving and where you might want to focus more energy.
Totally. But they don't stop there, do they? They then encourage you to use your Wheel of Life insights as the foundation for building a possibility map. Talk about thinking big.
It's about dreaming big, but then backing it up with action. They encourage you to identify those unthinkable goals, those things that seem almost impossible, and break them down into smaller, more manageable steps.
So it's about making those big dreams feel less daunting by creating a roadmap for actually achieving them.
Exactly. The possibility map becomes your guide. And another thing I love about this program is the emphasis on the flow state. Those moments when you're so absorbed in what you're doing that time seems to disappear.
Oh, absolutely. Those moments when you're in the zone, everything just clicks.
Exactly. There's actually a ton of research on the neurological benefits of flow states. When you're in flow, your brain is firing on all cylinders, you're more focused, more creative, and you're able to achieve incredible things.
That makes sense. So how does Ignite Your Passion help you tap into that flow state magic? So we've got our why figured out, our goals mapped out, and we're ready to tap into that flow state power. What's next?
Well, get this. In week 3, Ignite Your Passion takes this whole journey even further and shifts from personal development to something they call legacy building.
Legacy building.
Yeah.
I like the sound of that. Tell me more.
It's about recognizing that your growth, your journey, has a ripple effect. It can impact others in a positive way.
I love that. It's not just about you. It's about how you can use your journey to make a difference in the world. And on day 13, they introduce a really fascinating take on leadership. It's not about being the loudest voice in the room or climbing some corporate ladder. What's their approach?
They emphasize empathy and service as the core of true leadership. It's about leading with your heart as much as your head.
That's so interesting. So it's less about commanding and more about connecting.
Exactly. And there's actually some cool neuroscience behind it, too. When you lead with empathy, you strengthen the social areas of your brain.
No way. So being a compassionate leader actually wires your brain for even more connection and collaboration.
It's like a positive feedback loop. You lift others up, and in doing so, you boost your own brain power for empathy and connection. Pretty amazing, right?
That's incredible. Okay, so they talk about empathy, they talk about service. Then there's this I3 power mindset compasses they introduce on day 14. I've got to be honest, I didn't quite wrap my head around that one.
So the I3 Power Mindset Compass is all about taking control of your mindset. It's based on the idea that you have more power over your thoughts and beliefs than you might realize.
Okay, so instead of letting your circumstances dictate how you feel, you're actively choosing a more empowering mindset.
Exactly. It's about recognizing that you always have a choice. You can choose a mindset that will help you thrive, even when things get tough.
That's so powerful. So you're not just reacting to the world around you, you're consciously choosing how you show up. And speaking of showing up, from there, the program dives into vision, mission, and legacy. Days 15, 16, and 17. What's the takeaway there?
It's all about aligning your actions with a greater purpose, making sure your day-to-day life reflects the impact you want to have on the world.
It's like taking all that self-discovery work we did at the beginning and turning it outward.
Absolutely. And they also talk about the importance of documenting your journey, learning from your experiences, and then sharing those insights with others.
It's like paying it forward, right?
Right.
Using what you've learned to help others on their own journeys. And they talk about building systems too, right?
Definitely. On day 24, they emphasize that if you want to make a lasting impact, you need to create systems that support your growth and allow you to scale your influence.
So it's about creating a structure that will help you stay on track long after you finish the 28 days. And it doesn't end there, does it? They talk about a mastermind call. I think it's on page 133.
Yeah, the mastermind call is like the grand finale. It's designed to provide ongoing support and connection even after you've completed the program.
So it's like a way to stay connected to the Ignite Your Passion community and keep
Yeah.
that momentum going.
Exactly. It's about surrounding yourself with like-minded people who are all on a similar journey. So to wrap up, Ignite Your Passion. 28 Days to Leverage Up Your Zone of Genius, Empower and Build Your Legacy by Mimi Jean Lamley and Dr. Eric Goodman. It's more than just a self-improvement plan. It's a roadmap to creating a life filled with purpose, impact, and a legacy that extends far beyond ourselves.
It's about igniting your passion and then using that fire to make a difference in the world.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
It's been an absolute pleasure diving into Ignite Your Passion with you today. Until next time, keep those passions burning bright, everyone.